Hello, so this is a video for Station 1 that you are going to be doing today. I thought I would do a short video so that when you're at home, if you didn't understand something, you could play this back. So, I put in the resources. First off, it says Station 1, Barrio Boy, ACE question and annotations. Students will review the literary terms that we talked about with me. We will discuss the story. Then the students will complete an ACE question related to the story. They will also annotate the paragraphs from the story. They will use their bookmark they were given and follow the directions. It will be homework due Friday. So, first off, let's talk a little bit about the literary terms we went over. Now, we're not going to do all of them. So we're going to go to literary terms, and we only talked about certain ones. So, if you scroll down, we talked about conflict. We talked about point of view, the narrators, and we talked about major characters. Okay. If we talk about characters in the story, we want to kind of identify the character. So if we go along with a character is a person, animal, or thing that is part of the story. So if you want to talk about characters and you think about which major character is another name for main character, who would you say it is in the story? Probably we would say Ernesto, right? Or Barrio Boy. Okay. So Barrio Boy is a little boy in the story that is coming to America. He's going to the Lincoln School. Now, if we talk about character traits, we could say one trait is that he is Mexican. He's from Mexico. He does not speak a lot of English, very little, if any, and he is coming to school for the first time in the United States. And we probably can draw a conclusion or an inference that he probably doesn't have any siblings because he and his mom come to school together. Doesn't really mention his dad either, so we don't know if mom's just taking care of bringing him to school or if it's just mom in his life. Okay, but those are some things that we could some conclusions or inferences that we could draw. Okay, time and place. Time would be modern day, right? We don't know the time exactly. We know it's during the day because it's school time, and we can draw another conclusion or inference that it's at an elementary school, at Lincoln School. He was in the first grade, and so we know that it's probably between the hours of 9 and like 3:30, like our elementary school. We don't know for sure, but we at least know it's during the day. Okay, if we scroll down, bear with me. If we scroll down and we talk about conflicts, which we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But if we talk about point of view, when we were annotating the other day, and we kind of touched base on this today, we reviewed it. It was first person point of view. And we knew that because we saw pronouns like I and we and us. Now, if I ask you for textual evidence, which is examples or evidence or events from the story to prove that it's first person point of view and that the narrator is part of the story, you would have to do more than just circle or underline the I, me, and we. If that was what you found, you would need an actual statement or phrase or group of words that tell something about the I, me, or we in the story to make it textual evidence. It can't just be the pronoun. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. So that's why we underlined, if you remember, that's why we underlined the short phrase about walking to school. And we didn't just circle us, or we didn't just circle we. Okay, so we're going to scroll down. We talked about our major character. We said Ernesto. We could probably say Miss Hopley was the another major character. Minor characters would be the other students in the classroom, the principal, his mother, because we see them in the story, but the story is focused around Barrio Boy, so he would be the major character. Okay, bear with me, I'm sorry. So conflicts. There's 6 conflicts that you could possibly have in a story, and it's person versus self, person versus machine, person versus nature, person versus person, person versus supernatural, person versus unknown. Now, if I was going to say, what would you say is one of the major conflicts? I would say person versus self. Ernesto struggles with coming to this new school, not knowing English, meeting the new teacher, meeting the principal, and being new, and knowing that he is going to struggle a little bit and is scared of this new place, these new people that he doesn't know, and he doesn't speak the language very well. So those are a little bit of information about the conflicts of the story. So now I'm going to go back over, and if I click on the ACE question, these are the directions. So it says students will answer this question and fill out the ACE graphic organizer attached to this sheet to complete the answer. So your question is, identify the major conflict in Barrio Boy and explain how Ernesto handles the conflict. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. You're going to click on this graphic organizer, and you're going to fill out the A. So you're going to answer the question. So you're going to answer this. Identify the major conflict in Barrio Boy and explain how Ernesto handles the conflict. So in the A box, you're going to restate the question. The conflict in the story is Barrio Boy struggles, and you're going to tell me what he struggles with. And then you're going to state how he handles it. Then in the C, where you cite your evidence, you're going to go to the story, pick out examples that prove what the conflict is, how he handles it. Then you're going to extend your answer. Explain, expand, or extend. So you're going to show how A and C relate to each other. And then down in this final box, you're going to put the A, the C, and the E all together, and you're going to write your final answer. Okay, these should all be written in complete sentences. You should have proper capitalization, punctuation, and you may have more than one sentence. Okay, so if you have any questions, come see me. Please go back and look at the, I put it in here, or maybe I didn't, but if you go and scroll down, if you're not sure, remember I put this example of the ACE question in. Okay, so, oops, sorry about that. So remember, this is your ACE. The blue is the A. You're restating the question in your answer. So I explained to you just previously what you had to do with the A for your particular question. Then you're going to do for C, the C box. you're going to write information or specific details and example from the story, just like this yellow. And then you're going to explain and tie the A and the C together. Okay, so in this one, it was the narrator's mother believes it is the narrator's responsibility to take care of Sunny. She gives her examples. She is concerned that if something happens to her, there will be no one to look out for him. There's one example of why she believes it's the narrator's responsibility. She shared the story of the narrator's father and said, I'm telling you this because you got a brother and the world ain't changed. So that's another example of why she believes it's the narrator's responsibility. And then she ties it all in at the end. She sees a lot of her husband in Sunny and knows he will need support to make wise decisions and survive. So in your case, you're going to tie in what the conflict is, how it is resolved in with those examples. Okay. All right. Then there's a second part to this. So if we scroll back up and we go to the question and we scroll down, the other part is students will annotate these paragraphs from Barrio Boy. Students will use the annotations bookmark they were given. They should have at least 2 symbols and 2 notes or comments per paragraph. The comments should be more than just one word. So if you look, you have, it's on the back side, 2 paragraphs from the story. What Miss Hopley said to us, we didn't know, but we saw in her eyes a warm welcome, and when she took off her glasses and straightened up, she smiled wholeheartedly. And like Mrs. Dotson, we were, of course, saying nothing, only catching the friendliness of her voice and the sparkle in her eyes while she said words we didn't understand. She signaled us to the table. Almost tiptoeing across the office, I maneuvered myself to keep my mother between me and the gringo lady. Now, if you don't know, like, for example, somebody said, I like the word gringo. Now, you could put a heart by that, for example, and then, but if you didn't know, and the person that I was talking to said, I don't know what that word means, I would put a question mark too, and then over here I would put, what does it mean? And I would go look it up. And I would actually write what the meaning is, so you know. In a matter of seconds, I had to decide whether she was a possible friend or menace. We sat down. So you're going to have 2 symbols off of that annotation note bookmark. You were supposed to put it in your orange homework folder, stick it in the pocket on the front side or the back so that you have it, okay? And then you're going to make 2 notes. And I kind of gave you a clue to one. Then you're going to scroll down. Then Miss Hopley did a formidable thing. She stood up. Had she been standing when we entered, she would have seemed tall, but rising from her chair, she soared, and what she carried up and up with her was a buxom superstructure. Firm shoulders, a straight, sharp nose, full cheeks slightly molded by a curved line across the nostrils, then thin lips that moved like steel springs, and a high forehead topped by hair gathered in a bun. Miss Hopley was not a giant in body, but when she mobilized it to a standing position, she seemed a match for giants. I decided I liked her. So you're going to pick 2 symbols and annotate in this paragraph, and then you're going to write 2 notes. And remember, the notes have to be more than just the word character or setting or I don't know, but you need a little bit more than that. You need a question or a statement. Like, why do you like something? What did you find interesting about it? Okay. Now, this worksheet is going to be due on Friday for those students who have me on Wednesday, which is an orange day. So you'll have till Friday. Students that are watching this video that have me on Thursday, that's a black day, you're going to have till Monday to complete the assignment. Like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or ask me. Please don't, though. Don't email me after it's due because I'm not going to accept it. Okay? So if you finish watching this video or you did watch this video, let me know. And show me your paper. Say, Miss Hills, I watched the video. And may I please have a shield?